What's up, everybody? I'm Scott,
I'm Jason.
and you are listening to Liquid Carnage. Hey, man, how are you?
Oh man, I'm doing really good. Liquid Carnage. We got the house rented, buddy.
Yeah, I met your renter tonight.
Oh, you did?
We
Donnie,
go to the
yeah.
same gym, it turns out.
Well, that's how we met her. Ralph and her. She came to the gym with Ralph and was explaining kind of her living situation. She just moved into town and she was trying to, just get an Airbnb until she found a place. Well, it just didn't work because it was way out in Golden Valley. And Ralph introduced her to us, and we said we got a fully furnished house in town, ready to basically move in. And she said, "Sounds great." And we now have Noreen is now a real estate mogul.
Hey, there you go, man. Welcome to the club, Noreen. I've got the same thing.
Oh my gosh! And Noreen's a wonderful woman, but she is one of these type of people that, okay, women in general, don't you think that they have a different idea of what clean is than men do?
Oh, most definitely, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
her idea of clean and my idea of clean is
Are not
totally off.
Her clean is real clean.
Yeah, like me, I would have Friday and said, "Oh, this looks fine. She can move in today." But
Yeah.
Noreen, no. So we did a major cleaning and got everything kind of jazzed up. And but she moved in, and she's a really nice lady. I really like her a lot. And now we officially have a tenant now in the apartment.
Oh, that's
Or
very
the
cool,
house.
man.
Sorry,
Yeah.
in the house, so.
Yeah, and I'm starting to get a chance to see you guys this weekend. I got caught up with the family thing on Sunday morning. Otherwise, I would have joined you guys. But that's good you got it rented out. Man, that's really...
it was good. Yeah, and she's from the gym where Ralph is the gym owner, so felt
Which
good
is my
about
gym,
that. Yeah,
Desert Sky Fitness. Yeah,
and she's brand new to the gym too. She's only been there like maybe a month or something like that.
yeah. I've seen her twice now, so
Okay.
I'm pretty regular. But yeah, she's getting in the flow of it, getting in the feel. She seems like a nice lady.
Good.
So I've got a gym story today.
A gym
One that blew me away, and this is what I really like about the gym I go to, or just people understanding themselves. It's almost like a human interest piece that just kind of I stumbled upon today.
Okay.
So I normally go to the gym about a half hour to 45 minutes early to stretch out and roll out because I'm older than most of the other athletes, and my body creaks and cracks and takes a while to really get ready to go work out. So today we got a new guy's first day working out period, and our trainer caught me when I was putting all my stuff down. I said, "Hey, we got a new guy. Be nice." Half joking, but not half joking because generally when we have new people in the gym, we bust your balls, man. It's just how it is.
Oh wow! So the gym does not not hold back against the newbies. He just goes right at your confidence and tells you jokes.
You get hazed. I mean, it's all in good fun, but yeah, we haze you. We tell you who the wrong names are. We might show you the wrong movements just to play with you.
Oh.
If the trainers are if there's multiple new people, but it's all in good fun.
Oh,
So
wow.
I was in there filling up my water bottle, and I was like, "Hey, man, how are you?" And because the guy was just waiting, he's like, "You waiting on Ralph?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Cool." So what brings you to Desert Sky Fitness? And then he just unloaded. Like it
Unloaded?
was, he unloaded, man. Like he's like, "Well, I'll be honest, man. I've got no self-confidence. My wife's not into me. I'm not into myself. I knew I needed to make a change." And he just goes on. He just went on about it. I mean, this is what I do for a living, and we've got kids, and I know I'm eating bad. And this whole time, my wife's going to this gym, and she's taking this class, and she's on the meal prep program, and she's dropping weight like crazy. And I need to do something so I can find myself and get my confidence back. Because what I do is I can't even run around the track without getting winded. And like he unloaded for like a good 10 minutes before I even got his name.
What?
Yeah, dude, I didn't even get his name until we were about 10 minutes into this conversation.
Wow.
And it was one of those, I couldn't get out of the conversation because once you're in, you're in. And you have to fully commit to this conversation. You've had those, right?
Oh, I mean, my mind is racing in like 1,000 different directions.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, man. When I walk in the gym, I'm walking in to unwind from the day. I'm walking into, I want to lift heavy things, do some cardio, and not worry about anything for an hour. So my mindset is already mentally checked out. And this guy made me check right back in. And it was fine. Like it's like getting to know someone's cool, man. And I was very, very gracious about it. And I said, well, this is a place where we're all different. We all have our own demons, and we're all here for our own reasons. So whatever that reason is, man, being here is the first step.
Well, well, first of all, I think it says a lot about you, Scott, that someone trusts you from the moment you say, "Hey, how you doing? What brings you here?" That trusts you with that kind of personal opening up of his soul like that. I mean, you
Well,
obviously are a trustworthy person.
That's a level of self-awareness that I don't think most people have. And I don't think that's a level of comfort with someone's self that that most people don't acknowledge or even want to have with themselves, you know?
Well, that's a lot. Yeah. The second thing is that that puts the person who's listening on the predicament of, now I have to care about this person enough to listen for 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it's not that I didn't care. Like, hey, man, you're going to tell us your story at some point anyway, but I'd rather you do it later on when we know what your name is and we know you're sticking around. that way we can fully invest. You know, but this guy's, I think he's going to stick around. He's a good dude, but, man, it just took me completely off guard. And so after that, I felt almost obligated to go through, like, hey, this is what we're going to do today. And I walked him through the program, and I walked him through, like, you need to pick a class. Like, when I say class, you need to pick, you know, a certain time and stick with that time because those people become your people. And you'll have a month of freedom to kind of, like, learn and people take it easy on you. But in a month, we're going to bust your balls. Like, you're gonna get ripped on. So if you have no self-confidence, you better find some, or at least pretend to have it for an hour. Because once it gets going, man, there's no turning back. So it was like a courtesy call right there at that point.
And maybe his big thing is that he wanted to put it out there so that he was, you know, he's in touch with himself. He's comfortable with himself to say, I don't care who knows what. I'm just going to go for it and change my life. So maybe, you know, you are the person that's going to help him change his life if he's really thinking those things that he said to you.
Well, he chose poorly then, because I'm still working on mine. But
oh well, no, you're Scott Kern, baby.
No, you know, it was cool, man. Because as he was working out today, you could see he really wasn't in as bad as a shape as he thought he was, and it was he already kind of started seeing that confidence kind of start to sneak back into, like, maybe I'm not as nearly as bad as I had made myself out to be in my mind. So
and sometimes you got to get around people you don't know. I mean, how often do people have to get around new people? Like when something bad happens in their lives and they need to kind of shake loose of that, they switch cities or switch jobs where someone doesn't know them, and then they can be whoever they want to be.
Yeah, you hit that reset button, man. That's exactly it. And I thought that was kind of the coolest thing. He said, most importantly, he goes, I'm around, you know, he's in social work because I'm around people that have all these issues all the time. And I don't have a lot of friends, so I need my people. I need to create my people. And I really respected that. I was like, yeah, no, I get it, man. Because I'll be honest, I've been going here for 3.5 years now, and the people here are my people now. I never thought that people in my gym would be my people, but you look forward to seeing these people and you know, giving each other a hard time and pushing each other through. So it really does lend to the sense of community that gyms, especially like a CrossFit gym like this could do for you, you know?
Well, you know, it's so funny because I've been thinking about a lot of things, you know, obviously are going in my life now in Phoenix and things to keep busy, but I'm trying to find common ground in this kind of crazy world that we live in. And I think the one thing that most people, not all people, but most people in this world have a very common interest is they want to feel respected and they want to feel like they belong to something.
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
Most people do not want to be by themselves. Most people do not want to live an isolated life. And even if they do live an isolated life, it's not something that they say, oh, this is the perfect life. They wish they had friends. They wish they had people they could hang with. So, you know, sometimes in order to get that kind of respect, you got to put yourself out there.
Yeah, you know,
do that. So
it's like that episode of it is. It's like that episode of Seinfeld when George decided to do the opposite of everything he'd been doing, and his life completely changed for that episode. You remember that?
For that episode, that one episode, that's when he got the job at the Yankees.
Exactly. You know, he just said the exact. He knew what he was going to say, and he said the opposite, and it worked for him.
Well, and frankly, that's when people get depressed, is when they don't have that sense of belonging. And when you feel like I don't belong to anything or anybody, and, you know, or if you've been in a drought where you haven't had a girl in a while or a boy in a while, and you feel like, man, I just feel like I'm in a rut. I'm in a funk. You know, it all leads back to feeling like you belong somewhere. And you know, Scott, you made that guy open. Like you were gonna pick on that guy and bust his.
I wasn't gonna pick on him. You know, I wasn't gonna pick
him a month. You know, you gave him a month, dude. You give him a month, little like recess, so he can get his confidence up. Then you can bust his balls.
Oh yeah, well, though the right people weren't there to bust him anyway. But you know, once you get the right, and I told him, like, once the right combination of people here, it's no holds barred. So it's every man for himself on those days. But that's good because those are the days you push harder because for whatever reason you want that person's respect.
Well,
And
I think there's a fine line though too. I mean, there are some people that are telling their life story and probably shouldn't. I remember one time I was at a gas station, and I went up to the woman at the counter and I said, I want to I want to buy some gas. How you doing today? And the woman went into this 10-minute story. No, it wasn't 10 minutes, 2-minute story, but how her daughter just had an abortion with her boyfriend and how horrible their life was and just all this stuff. And I was in shock. Like, I want $10 on pump too. Okay. I don't want this whole,
I don't need the story.
Don't put your shit. Maybe that's the difference. Don't throw a shit sandwich on the table and then make me have to expect to take a bite.
Yeah. And yeah,
I think that's where people get uncomfortable is, like if someone says, hey, what brought you here? What brought you to the gym? Hey, I'm looking to try to get myself in a little better shape. And I just moved to the city and I want to try to, people can handle that because you're not dropping.
Well, you don't have to emotionally invest right there. That's the thing. You're not emotionally investing right there, right then. You still have time to decide. You're in your free trial.
Like, I couldn't imagine. Think of your most personal, deepest fear or darkest secret that you have, and then imagine you telling that to a total stranger.
Yeah.
I mean, it just wouldn't happen.
Yeah. Well, it depends, though, because if it's a total stranger you'll never see again, what's it fucking matter? It doesn't matter. But if that person becomes someone that's steady in your life, and maybe not someone that you're close with, but just someone that you see a couple times a week or you're a casual acquaintance with, and they know something that deep and that dark, man, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I want to do that.
So you think that the ability to get close to someone does have a direct proportional relationship to whether that person is a full-time or a part-time or a one-time encounter?
Yeah, I think so. I think you have to take some time to decide, and people grow on you.
So let me ask you this question. You meet the most sexiest girl you've ever met in your entire life, and you know that she is coming into Kingman for one night and she'll be gone and will never come back to Kingman. But she wants to know your deepest, darkest secret before you can have sex with her.
And I'll never see her again?
You'll never see her again. Yeah, this is like one night stand.
Well, that's easy. You go ahead and do it, man. What's the matter?
She's the most amazing. So you tell her everything that, you open up your heart and you have the one night stand. Then she decides she wants to move in with you. Oh.
See, you didn't tell me about the twist there. You did not tell me about the twist.
I put a little bit of a twist on there.
Well, then I should have known about the twist. I would still probably have to. That might be a pass on that one.
Yeah, no, I think that you're right. I guess if it really didn't matter, if someone was going to be dying and you were going to tell them something, I don't know. Everything's built on trust, right?
It is. And I respect I respect the guy's openness. That is a level that most people, especially in our 30s and 40s, it gets easier, but it's still hard to do when you meet somebody. It's like, I just want to know who you are before you start telling me this shit. Like, let's go have a beer and you can tell me this. I don't want you to be my spotter because that's a little too personal for me right there. Because you're deciding if I'm going to drop those weights on my chest or not.
Well, I don't know. Frankly, I think a lot of these kind of secrets are kind of tough to judge when to say something. Like I've always found it. When does a person who's gay tell someone else that they're gay?
That's a great question.
You know what I mean? Like I mean, some people nowadays, they're so flamboyant and out there that you kind of think they don't really care. They don't really care whether or not someone knows that they're gay or not. But I know that I would have a tough time telling someone that I was gay if I didn't know them well, even if they knew that I was gay because of my mannerisms or whatever. There's some things that just maybe need to be left private.
Yeah, I think so. I think it depends on the level of depth you want to be with people in the public. It's kind of like my personal social media stuff. You get memes, recipes, and my dogs. You don't get anything very much more than that. Like, it's very rare that I'll post an actual personal picture or say something very personal. Because I don't want people, because the people that follow me on social media, yeah, we're cool and whatnot, but those aren't necessarily my inner circle.
Wow.
And my inner circle are the ones that I want to know those things. I get to experience those things with. And to me, that's a very private thing. I was talking to a friend the other night, And I was explaining that to her. I said, I don't have a lot of the stuff on my Facebook because this is why. Like, my relationships are very personal to me, and it's not the world's business to know those things. If I want them to know, they will know.
Yeah, no, I agree, and frankly, I think our society, everyone has to be perfect. Everyone has to see us in our best light, in our best. And what I find so interesting about this statement of what I'm saying, everyone wants to be perfect, is that I think everyone deep down knows I'm not perfect. I've got things that I'm not.
Well, we've all got our shit,
but I don't feel comfortable putting that out there with people I don't trust or don't know, because I don't know how they're going to take it. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. I don't want them to judge me. And yet, if all of us are honest, all of us are imperfect, and we might respect each other for saying, hey, I'm not perfect and here's why, and being, okay with it. But nowadays, I mean, you have to be so careful what you say to anyone just because you don't know how they're going to react or, speak up. And like, I mean, I think about politics now, and I just keep my mind to myself because you do not know anymore what people are going to think politically or religiously.
Right.
And, you say it to the wrong people nowadays, and a friend that you've had for 25 years,
it's no longer your friend.
Literally hate your guts. Like, hate your guts, man.
And that's very true. And that's a sad state of affairs. And you shouldn't have to use that kind of. You should know your people, or that you're around, obviously. But your political opinion is not just because it's not the same as mine doesn't change like my feelings or values towards you. At least they shouldn't.
And unfortunately, as much as people don't want to judge other people, I think we have the longest history of human civilization as we judge other people. You know what I mean? Like I always love the people who, judge, oh my gosh, I can't believe that you do that, but then they do something that's worse, but on a different, spectrum. And it's all, based on an opinion, but we judge people, and sometimes we judge on like harshly. So for this guy to kind of open up about his kind of what he's going through, that took a lot of courage.
Oh man, and don't get me wrong, man. I give him a lot of credit for what he said and what he did. And I'm a pretty easygoing guy for the most part, so I'll sit and I'll listen, and if that's what you need, because sometimes you just need someone to lend that ear. I just wasn't expecting it, man. I just wanted the quick, hey, how's it going? Good to meet you. I'll see you out there. I'm gonna go do my thing. You just wait for old Ralphie, and then. Yeah.
I wonder how Ralph would have taken all that.
Oh, Ralph got the same thing. He just got over the phone because he and I were talking afterward. And it was like,
okay.
Like, okay, well, if the guy's open with everybody, well, that's good. That's good. So,
well, I guess for those who can appreciate someone's honesty and brutal honesty and can like say, hey, man, you're not alone in this. We'll get it together. That probably was what he needed to kind of get his courage, to begin that process of getting his courage back up. So,
I agree completely.
Bless you, Scotty. Sounds like you did a good Samaritan deal today.
Well, that bounces out what I did earlier in the day too. Yeah. So last week's show we had my old college roommate Bruce on the show.
Bruce,
and Bruce, man, it's kind of cool because once he and I got reconnected, we can send random texts to each other and not have to respond, but just snippets, jokes, jabs, whatever, and it would fall back into our old routine, from 20 years ago. But now it's instead of calling and leaving voicemails or emails, it's texting.
Oh, okay.
So I was getting my hair cut today in between meetings, and I was sitting there in the barbershop waiting. In the Buzz in downtown Kingman, man, go see Josh and Santana. Those guys are great. You can get a beer there if you don't have to go back to work. But anyway,
that's right. Yeah.
They do a great job. But anyway, I'm sitting there waiting, listening to everybody kind of bullshit, and I got an idea in my head. It's like Bruce used to listen to Blink 182 all the time, and there was a song by Blink that's like 20 seconds long, and all it was just cuss words. Like shit, fuck, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits, fart, turd, and twat. And that's literally the song. It's all it is. So,
wow,
it's it. So I went through and I texted Bruce each word one at a time, like shit, and I hit send. And I went right down the line for the entire song, and so it was about 10 texts long of just profanities. And I felt pretty good about it. I was like, yep, he's gonna laugh at that. And about 5 minutes later, I got a good God man text, like. This is my work phone, and they were using my phone for a presentation when you were texting.
Oh,
I was like,
Scott.
Oh shit! And he goes, "That's a great burn." That was a great burn because Bruce is in construction. I guess they appreciated it, and he appreciated the burn all in itself. But
Good Lord, Scotty.
I had that moment of like, well, that was fun while it lasted, but it was still pretty good.
Oh gosh, I've never tried to do that, but there have been times where I sent something kind of provocative to Noreen, and someone was like reading her phone or looking at something on her phone when it came over.
Are you sending her dick pics?
No, I'm kind of quiet when it comes to that kind of stuff. I don't like taking pictures of myself and sending them. One, I don't feel like I have a very nice physique, but two, I'm just worried about sending a picture and then someone else having the phone when it pops up, or it's happened not to me but to friends of mine who have sent. Have you ever sent a picture like that to the wrong person?
No, I'm kind of like you. I'm very particular about what I send, and I try to avoid those at all costs.
Yeah, I really try to, because I know that obviously we have a wide range of listeners on Liquid Carnage, and I'm sure for every one of you or me, there's probably one out there who's super freak.
Yeah.
And sends pictures like there's no one's business.
Well, what I want to know is, like, if you send a picture to somebody, man, hit us up on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Liquid Carnage.
Like, tell us. Is that how you're going to get these pictures?
I'm not asking for the
send
pictures.
Us the picture and see what we're looking at.
I'm not asking for the pictures, and I'm guaranteeing we're going to get a comment from our executive producer Tom on this, who's also on Twitter and Instagram, all Liquid_EP. Tom will have some very interesting comments about this topic right here too. But
well, I found out something very interesting today about our executive producer. We've asked him to be on the show many times.
Yes,
and we have had him once, but when we try to record these weekly episodes, the day that we record our episodes, he hasn't been able to appear on the show. So I finally today asked him, why are you not going to be able to show up for a recording of Liquid Carnage? And he told me that every Tuesday night, he and his friends go out for a nice dinner and then maybe catch a movie. And I thought, wow, how nice is that? He opened up to us.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of in the same vein of our show. He opened up a little bit of himself to us, and now I'm opening it up to the thousands and millions of people who listen to Liquid Carnage. So, to our executive producer, you have every right to spend time with your family. We appreciate you.
Well, I won't go that far, but wow. I guess we can record some extra episodes on different days if we really want to. If we really want him to appear, we can work with his schedule.
I think we need to try to work with his schedule. As soon as my Mondays clear up, we'll record on Mondays, and then that way it'll give him an opportunity to be on the show.
Yeah, that'd be good. What's your Monday? Yeah. Or even a Sunday evening works for us too. We'll get that figured out. We'll get Tom on the show.
It's so easy,
I would like to get a roundtable discussion with our past guests.
I think we need to try to coordinate that. I really do think we need to try to coordinate that. That would still be fun.
And I don't want to pick a topic, but I just want everyone on the show to come on and just have a good time with each other and just figure out like what we can talk about.
I would love to try to do a recreation of Hans Gruber night, but not so much alcohol, like 2 drinks less.
Ooh, yeah, that'd be great. That'd be damn near impossible. That'd be great.
We had a lot of fun times on that too.
We did.
I can't believe that your brother just celebrated his 39th birthday this week.
Don't let him fool you, man. He turned a solid 40. He spent a weekend trying to convince everybody else.
Bro, I don't think he did. I think he was absolutely right. He turned 39, and your math sucks. But
my math doesn't suck.
You graduated from ASU, dude. I get it.
Yeah, I know. He reminded me of that all weekend. That was his only joke all weekend, is that I graduated from ASU.
And Noreen and I laughed and we laughed.
I'll spare you the group text he put my cousins and himself in making fun of those jokes or making more of those jokes. But like, I don't think you think that means what you think it means, Tom. It means I got a real education. I didn't go to a junior college up in Flagstaff. So.
Ooh, that was a shot. Whoa. Now, was your brother smart enough to get on one of those full ride scholarships?
No. My parents made a deal with us in high school that if we went to 2 years of community college, they pay for 2 years at a university or in-state level university. So
that's a good idea.
We did that. So he didn't feel the need to apply for scholarships. I applied for like the community college scholarships and got that. And then, technically, I got more scholarship money than he did.
Well, you are smart.
I am smart. For an Arizona State education, I am pretty smart.
Yeah, with that. Well, dude, you're an Arizona boy, babe.
That's it, man. That's it. I'm not quite the Alaska boy like you, but
Dude, yeah, you're a man of the 2000 teens, and you got, you're willing to tell people your deepest, darkest secrets as long as it's a one night stand. And I mean, you got your whole life ahead of you, buddy.
we have covered a lot of ground here tonight to cover that. So what's going on in your world, sir? I feel like I haven't seen you. Like I really feel bad for missing you guys over the weekend because I wanted to catch up, but let's catch up on this platform.
Here's the thing: it was a bad weekend for us because we were frantically getting the house ready for Donnie and our new tenant, and so we just didn't get a chance to really do anything. We did go out for breakfast on Sunday, but basically we were exhausted. I've been actually binge watching the show Mad Men. Have you ever heard of that show?
Yeah, I've seen an episode or two.
It's basically it's based in the 50s. It starts in the 50s and it ends in the 70s. So it does about a 13-year span of time. But it focuses on an advertising agency in the 50s, and it's just hysterical to me to watch it because in the show, basically, all the women wanted to do in the 50s, according to the show, was get a husband. That's all they wanted to do. They wanted to get a husband. They wanted to have kids and stay at home and make dinner for the husband who worked. And so all the girls are these 18 to 20-year-old girls, and they're all flirting with these 50-plus balding executives. And I look at today's time, and I look at the way that they portrayed it in the show, and you just know it's like, wow, things have totally changed. Like, I couldn't imagine some hot 20-year-old looking at a 50-year-old executive and thinking anything more than,
yeah, right. Like, I want to go talk about my Twitter account, how gross he is. Yeah, I agree with that completely.
You need to watch the show, though, dude. It's a commitment, though. I mean, I'm binge watching it right now, and there's 7 seasons, and I'm just getting done with season 3.
Yeah, that's a commitment I'll probably get to this summer when everything starts to die down a little bit for me. It's hard for me to sit down and watch a half-hour show, let alone binge watching it.
There was one scene where they're all – oh, that's the other thing. Everyone smokes in the show. Everybody smokes. And everyone drinks at work. And I'm thinking, that's how it was in the 50s? Like, people just drank and smoked and didn't – like, that's all they did. And they get sloshed. Like, they start drinking at, like, 10 o'clock in the morning and then just drink all day.
So do you think we were born in the wrong era?
How about this? I've always thought that if I were going to go back in time, I would have loved to be during the time of the American Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
But watching this show makes me think it would have been kind of badass to go in the 50s to 1950s, because it seemed like, the America was building this great empire and was, everyone was happy. Everyone had the goal of a home and 2 cars in a garage and, wife and 2.5 kids and a dog. And it was just like this idyllic. It
was the American dream. They were portraying the American dream on TV.
Yeah, their American dream was man worked all day. Wife had a beautiful house for him to come home to. They had dinner together. Bobby was the older one at 12, and little Jane was the little girl at 8, and they were just a perfect little family. And part of me looks at it and think, wow, for those that say, oh, I wish we could go back and do things like they used to be. I can see why they say that, because it's the image, of course, just looks idyllic. Like, everyone seems like during that time that it was just a perfect world. Women wanted to stay home and just have babies, and men just wanted to go to work. And, now, that being said, I like the way things are now. Women make more than men. Sometimes it's the man that stays home. You couldn't even think about going and grabbing some girl at the workplace.
Could you be a stay-at-home husband? Could you?
I don't have enough patience with children, I think, more than my wife being the major breadwinner. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been basically, for the last, oh my gosh, almost 20 years, the woman that's been in my life has made more money than me. So I'm okay with that part of it. I don't have.
So you're used to being a kept man.
Well, it's not kept. There's a difference between they make all the money, I don't make any, and I have to get an allowance. Mm-hmm. And I make my own money, you take care of your own money, and we just live life together. There's a difference.
That is true. That is a difference.
And I want to put that out there because just because a woman makes more money than the husband or boyfriend does not mean that he's kept. It just means she makes more money. And in today's world, that's not so far-fetched. I mean, women are attorneys and women, run businesses and women are business owners. And, so, I mean, that's not so far-fetched. However, watching this show, it's just such a wide difference from what we have today. I mean, heck, we have a hashtag Me Too movement where, we have women getting abused and it's not going to be tolerated anymore. Go back 70 years and guys would be chasing these girls around and grabbing, like, making lewd comments, and it was just perfectly fine. My grandmother actually talked about a story where she was basically, her boss just grabbed her breast, like just grabbed it. And she just went off on the guy and she was worried she was going to lose her job.
I need you to do me a favor, Jason. It is
Yes.
springtime in Phoenix, Arizona, where you reside right now, correct?
Yes.
It is beautiful
Yes, it
weather
is.
out there 24/7. I need you to stop
Yes.
binge watching this until July when it's 100 and God fuck degrees outside. And
Well, I only watch like one episode a night or 2 episodes a night. It's not like I'm watching it like every day.
well, if you're watching 1 or 2 episodes a night, you're watching it every day. Go do it when the weather's
True.
bad and it's hot.
Boy,
Go,
you know
go
what? That's-
enjoy
that's
your
like-
new environment.
I'm sure that's how an alcoholic does it. Well, I only have 2
Yeah,
drinks
exactly.
a day.
Yeah, we have
Not
an
a big
episode on
deal. I have
that.
2
We have an
drinks a
episode
day.
on binge watching,
Every
just
day.
so you know.
Wow, I'm gonna have to go
You
listen to that
should.
one again now. Gosh darn
You
it.
should.
Dang.
Oh man! And on that
I
note,
love the show though so much. You know how it is, dude. You watch that. What's that show with the zombies? You watch that one, and you could watch that again and again. It didn't even
no,
matter.
not really. I'm almost checked out on The Walking Dead.
What?
Yeah, I don't feel the need to watch it on the same night anymore. Like I could wait a couple days. It's not like the end of the world for me.
Well, and man, what a show we've had today. I mean, we went almost half circle.
We did. We half circle. We're doing our own little oopsie doopsies, and we're all over the board today. But get us your thoughts on what we talked about on today's show on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all at Liquid Carnage. Give us Tom's thoughts, or read Tom's thoughts, I should say, on Twitter, because he does post his show notes with a Star Trek GIF. He's very proud of those GIFs. All Liquid_EP.
You know what I also love? I would love to say, just put a question out there on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you could go back to one period in time, where would you go to?
And I will post that here this evening, and hopefully we will have some interactions. I'll be expecting to hear from Jenna and Stephanie, maybe Tom. We'll see. But our
Tom will respond. And Bruce, I'm sure he'll have an opinion.
he'll have an opinion. He'll text me his opinion because he's not on social media, but he'll text it to me and probably a picture of him mooning me. So some things never change.
Great episode, Scotty. Nice catching
Hey
up
man,
with
you
buddy.
too.
Why don't you take us out of here?
All right, man. That's Jason, and I'm Scott. And thanks, guys, for listening. And remember, if you don't know quite what to say, have yourself some Liquid Carnage.